Hi everyone, welcome to Stay at Home STEAM. Today we're going to be exploring the blind spots in our eyes. Did you know that there are places and spots in your eyes that you literally cannot see? It's impossible. It might not look like it when you're looking in general, but there are blind spots in your eyes, and we're going to try to find them. We'll talk a little bit more about what those blind spots mean and how you have them later on in the video, but for now we're going to get started by creating some tools to help us find them. You're going to need cardstock or paper, a ruler, a writing utensil, I'm using this black marker, and a pair of scissors. Let's get started by cutting a 2-inch by 5-inch strip of paper or cardstock. Now that we have our strip of paper, we're going to use our writing utensil to draw a different shape or symbol on either end of the strip. Hold the piece of paper in your right arm straight out in front of you. Slowly bring it towards you. Can you see both shapes the whole time? Try it again, still holding your paper in your right hand, but this time cover your left eye. Then, with your right eye, make sure you're looking at the shape on the left side of the paper. Do you notice anything about the shape on the right side of the paper? You can do it again, this time holding your paper in your left hand, covering your right eye, using your left eye to look at the shape on the right side of the paper. Get it? Did you notice anything about the shape on the other side this time? Hopefully you did. For an added twist, add a line straight through both shapes in the middle of your paper. Repeat the experiment. Did anything change? What happened this time? Did you find your blind spot? Hopefully you did. While you're looking at the paper and focusing on either one side or the other, depending on which eye is closed, as you move it closer to your eye, at some point in your peripheral vision, the other shape should disappear. If that didn't happen while you were doing the experiment, do it a couple more times. Do it really slowly until you get to that point where you can't see the other shape. Obviously, if you change and look directly at it, you'll be able to see it again. But as long as you're focusing on one side in your peripheral vision, that other shape should disappear at some point as you're moving it closer and farther. Now, obviously the shape didn't actually disappear. It's still there, drawn on the paper. But in your vision, it's gone. Let's talk about what's going on inside of your eye and inside of your brain when you encounter a blind spot. Inside of your eye, there are rods and cones. These are light-sensitive receptors that detect light and allow you to be able to see. However, inside of your eyeball, which I'm drawing here, there is a spot in the back of the eyeball where all of the nerves that are inside of your eye get bundled together and leave the eye. Where that bundle occurs, there are no rods and cones. So that spot with the optical nerve right in the back of your eye, there is no light sensitive receptors, no rods or cones in your eye. So that means that in that spot, you have a blind spot. Without the rods and cones, that spot of your eye has no way to detect light and has no way to be able to see. That spot's only about the size of the head of a pin. However, for your field of vision, it looks about a bit bigger. Now, it's not actually directly opposite the lens of the eye. It's a little off center, which is why that spot isn't actually dead center in your vision. Now, what happened if you did the part of the experiment where you draw a line straight across your strip of paper? So, once the paper is in your blind spot, the shape should vanish, but you should still be able to see the line. Now, the really cool part is that you actually aren't seeing the line at all. Your brain really likes to interpret patterns. And so normally in your blind spot, what your brain does is it guesses what should be there based on what else it's looking at. So for the line, it sees that it's going across the paper, it hits the blind spot, and your brain says, all right, I guess there's a line, and fills it in. It doesn't know about the shape because there's no shape on the rest of the page. So you can still see the line, even though your eye isn't physically seeing it, which is really, really cool. And just goes to show that our brains are amazing and can do all kinds of fascinating things. Now that you know a little bit more about how your eyes work and how your brain relates to that, it might be a good time to check out some other optical illusions. I hope that you enjoy learning, and we'll see you at the library.